Assalamu alaikum, hope everyone is doing well. Today we'll be going over the topic of Istithnā, which is essentially an exception. So you have the Harf of Istithnā, which is a sentence modifier, right, which can be used to modify the sentence to exclude a particular ism from a group or a category. And the most common one that we see is illa, right? And so the impact that it's going to have is whatever comes after the illa is the excluded, and we're going to call that the mustathna. And then whatever comes before the illa is the excluded from. So whatever group the object or ism is being excluded from is going to be called mustathna minhu. And then the mustathna will usually be in the state of nasb. So you have the mustathna minhu, which is the group, and then you have illa, which is the harf, and then you have the mustathna, which is what is being excluded. So let's take a look at an example. So here we have sajadu illa iblisa. So sajadu is going to be our mustathna minhu, right? And that's because it's coming before the illa, and then illa is just going to be our harf, and then iblisa is going to be our mustathna because it's coming after the illa. Then you can also see it has a state of nasb, right? So this translates into they all prostrated except iblis. So Iblis is the one being excluded from the group that prostrated, right? So now let's take a look at another example. Here we have yansuruna illa ibna zaydin. So here yansuruna is the muthasna minhu, again because it comes before the illa, and then illa is going to be our harf, and then ibna zaydin is actually supposed to be ibnu zaydin because this is mudaf mudaf ilayh, but we have ibna because in a associated fragment the mudaf is going to carry the sign of nasb, so this becomes ibna instead of ibnu. So together this translates to they are all helping except Zayd's son. So Zayd's son is going to be our mustathna here because he's the one that's being excluded from the group that's helping. And now let's take another look at an example. So here we have fahimu darsa illa aliya. So fahimu is going to be our fi'l, and the fa'il is inside, which is the hum. And then the maf'ul is ad-darsa. So altogether, this is fi'l fa'al maf'ul. And this is going to be our mustathna minhu because it's before the illa. And then illa is our harf. And then the mustathna is going to be aliyya. And again, you can see it's in a state of nasb. So this translates to they all understood the lesson except Ali. So Ali is the one being excluded. And now let's take a look at the concept of hasr, which is exclusivity. So if you have a mustathna that's been negated with the exclusion of ma or la combined with illa, then you get hasr, right? Which gives the meaning of only. What it does is it creates exclusivity. So let's just take a look at an example here. So here we have ma nasara illa zaydun, and because we can see that we have the ma illa combination, we know this is going to be hasr, so it's going to give us the meaning of only. So this becomes only Zayd helped. So this is the harf of negation, right? And this is going to be our mustathna minhu, and then illa zaydun is going to be our mustathna. And here with the mustathna, it's not going to be forced into a state of nasb. Rather, it's going to remain in its original state. And to determine the state of the mustathna, it helps to imagine that the illa is not there. So for example, without the illa, it would have been ma nasara zaydun. So Zayd did not help, right? So we know zaydun is the fa'il here, right? And this is in a state of rafa. It's going to stay in a state of rafa even after we add the illa, and it becomes the mustathna. So let's take a look at a few examples. So here we have ma katabat illa kitabaini. So ma is going to be our harf of negation, and then katabat is going to be our fi'l with the hiya fa'il inside. So together this is going to be the mustathna minhu because again it's before the illa. So illa is our harf of istithna, and then we have kitabaini, which is going to be our mustathna. And here it's in a state of nasb because it's the maf'ul for katabat. So this translates into she wrote only 2 books. And again, we're getting only from the ma illa combination. So now let's take a look at another example. So here we have la yansuru ila talib al jadida, and the la is the harf of negation, then yansuru is going to be our fi'l, and together this is going to be the mustathna minhu, because again it's coming before the illa, which is the harf of istithna. And then we have al-talib al-jadida, right? And this is going to be our mustathna because again it's after the illa. And al-talib al-jadida both have a fatha because together this is the maf'ul of yansuru and this is mawsu sifa. So this translates into he is helping only the new student. And again, la illa combination gives us the exclusivity, which gives us the meaning of only. Now let's take a look at another example. So here we have ma fahima zaydun illa darsa, and ma is going to be our harf of negation, fahima is our fa'il, and then zaydun is our outside fa'il. So together this is going to be the mustathna minhu. Again, it's before the illa, that's why. Then illa is our harf, and then the mustathna is going to be a darsa, and it's in a state of nasb because it's the maf'ul here and it's not because of the illa causing it to go into nasb. And so this translates into Zayd only understood the lesson. So, and just to make sure everyone understands, let's just take a look at this without the ma illa. So if it was fahima Zaydud darsa, fahima is our fi'l, Zaydun is our fa'il, and ad-darsa is going to be our maf'ul. So this would mean Zayd understood the lesson. But because of the ma illa combination, it gives the meaning of exclusivity or only. So now it becomes Zayd only understood the lesson. And that's about it for today. So I'll see you guys next time.